マスター、つまりベーションをよ。
JoJo's Bizarre Adventure. When it comes to anime and its fandom, there is certainly no one like JoJo's Bizarre Adventure. It is perfect anomaly in this world of anime, although it should not be this popular by any means, but still, it stands as one of unique anime out there. Something about its styles that charms everyone. But believe it or not, it was not always this case. Back when JoJo first started in 2012, it was rather unexplored and underdog show to begin with. But it all changes once meme culture become a thing. Memes helps JoJo to boost into the popularity that many franchise can dream of. So let us start and go through each part and rank them.
お風呂。
違いますよ。ですからいきなりそんなこと聞かれてもどっちなの？私の
おめえの母ちゃん美人だな。
For this video, I will rank them in this tier list. I have modified this list, so let me explain. At last is not yet animated, then boring or forgettable. It is greatest sin any show can make, to be boring. Then coming up is okay. In this I will put that parts which do not necessarily pique my interest that much, but have some interesting parts. Moving up we have damn, that was good. This category belongs to the part which have near perfection with some flaws, but I have good time with it. And at last we have peak JoJo. This is what JoJo is supposed to be. All the weird stands, all those unique styles and character. That's just so fun to watch. Going part 1 to part 6, at first we have Part 1, Phantom Blood. Looking back to part 1, it is almost surprising how much JoJo has evolved throughout the years. There is no easy way to say it. This part is just so boring. Only saving graces is that art style looks unique and cool, but beside that none of the character is interesting in any sense. Maybe Zeppeli is little interesting, but main character Jonathan is boring. He is by far most boring JoJo out there. And whatever Dio is in part is completely different to what he have become later in series. But here Dio is boring, so it goes to lowest spot. I struggles very hard to continue watching this series and decided to drop at multiple point, but I know that. Now from here none of the part is boring. Every part have somewhat interesting element to it. Coming at part 2. Battle tendency. This part is everything that JoJo series have to be. Right off the bats we are introduced to Joseph Joestar, one of best JoJo out there. We all know it was different the moment that Tommy Gun scene come. I just burst out laughing at that point. At that moment I understand what JoJo is all about and why so many people loves it. It is nicely paced, story is simple but good, although ending I would have not expected, but still damn that was good. Coming at part 3, Stardust Crusaders. This is kind of okay for me, though it establishes wonderful stand powers and it has decent story and characters. It was simply too dragged out for me. Inclusion of previous characters only hindering story and character growth, and ending is not very good. Moreover, Jotaro Kujo is cool character, but come off as one-dimensional and boring, and the power he gained at the end is plot convenience at its finest, and fake-out death is outright insulting. Although some great side characters, Jean-Pierre Polnareff, and some great moment, but apart from it, it was just okay. Moving to our second half, from here on I personally enjoy a hell out every part, so it basically comes to story, pacing, and characters. Coming at part 4, Diamond is unbreakable. I am saying outright damn that was good. It have everything that JoJo series must have. Josu Higashikata is better JoJo than Jotaro Kujo, both in terms of character and stand power. But where the series truly shines is its villain and side character. Yashikuchi Kira is by far greatest JoJo villain out there. The way he is grounded in reality is so fascinating. You sometimes feel sorry for him, as he has just tried to live a peaceful live in his own twisted way. He do not have outlandish plan to conquer the world as Dio have. He just want to be out alone and allowed to live. And in this part we have great side characters like Koichi Hirose, Rohan Kishibe, and others. Only downside of this part is that first half is little dragged out, but it is second part when it really shines. Coming at second last, part 5, Golden Wind. In my opinion, this is the part where JoJo truly peaked. It have not only story but great side characters. It hits the ground running from first episode and it never stops. It have best ending out of all JoJo parts out there. Giorno Giovanna is great. Jojo and his power are absolutely fascinating. Golden Wind is one of best stand among all Jojo out there. And despite all, we have characters Bruno Bucciolati, Leona Baccio, Narancia Gurga. In this story, stakes feels higher than ever, and character death actually means something. Not like in part 3. It hit very marks and it is peak Jojo. Now coming at last part, we have Stone Ocean. I am not going to lie. Change of location earlier got me worried, but all that worries flew away when our Jojo Jolin Kujoa's stand appears and her character starts developing. Now I can say that she is my favorite Jojo of all. Joseph being second. What I appreciate here is story is simple and characters and shorter in number, and this gives opportunity to explore them in even greater depth. It reaches emotional highs and lows and keeps building on momentum till the very end. This part much more for our main character Jojo Jolin than any other part, and what made it one of the great part. Now although these two parts are out there, but as of recording this video they are not animated. So I am going to put this here. With that, here is all Jojo part ranked in tier from boring to peak fiction. Enjoy!
Little.